Welcome to Her Side of Campus, the show where ideas spark action and voices ignite change. I'm your host, Komal Iqbal, and today we're diving deep into a conversation that just might change the way you see the world. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Komal and I am the Women's Officer this year. I study law at the university, of course, the University of Bradford, and I just completed my placement year, so now I am in my second to final year as I'm doing M-Law, which is an integrated master's. So I will be doing the SQE, which is a solicitor's qualifying exams, both 1 and 2. So then hopefully by the end of my studies, I'll be a qualified solicitor. And we'll see how that goes. So I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit more about what I'm going to be doing and what this whole podcast is about. So as Women's Officer, it is my job to make all of the women on campus more comfortable, more aware, and more willing to go out there and come out of the shell a little bit. Let us know about any issues that you guys are having and what we can do to support. So one of the events that I have planned is the Empower Hour. So this is something that I'm doing on the first Thursday of every single month. And it is where we get to just sort of unwind, chill, try a new activity and connect with other women. So for the month of October, we just did an introductory session where we got to introduce everybody and people know about the support that's on campus. And we also did a bit of colouring, some word searches, just some activities to let loose, put some music on, and had a whole bunch of snacks and drinks, which was really nice. And the other event that I have planned that we did was the Taylor Swift party, because I love Taylor Swift and I thought it would be a fun way to get more girls to connect, because I know that a lot of us are Swifties out here. And my Empower Hour sessions, just like to say, the next one is a sip and paint. So if you're interested, just remember it's the first Thursday of every single month and it's something new every single month. It will be the same session. This year, I also secured a grant with the Women's Health Network. This is something that I want to be transparent about with my audience. This grant is about £600 and I've already started spending a little bit to keep the sanitary product drawer stocked up and ready to use whenever we need it. I also offer these sanitary products at my events, like the Empower Hour sessions, just so that it's kind of just there, and so it makes it less taboo and less awkward, because at the end of the day we're all women and we're all going to have periods. I do have another episode where we talk all about periods, so that'll be very exciting and it'll be coming out soon. So with the Women's Health Grant, I have a few different workshops and ideas for events, and I'd love for you guys to tell me any ideas that you guys have for events. So I have partnered with Freedom for Girls, which is a charity for female sanitary products, and we're going to be delivering a male allyship workshop and also a female literacy workshop. So more stuff to get involved, get engaged. We have a project to create donation stations all around campus. So this will be little boxes, stations where you can give your period products in and take some in return. And so it's like a give to take policy that we would be having running, and this is something that is in the works at the moment and hopefully will be a thing soon. And also with the grant, I'm hoping to do a session that will give people a different kind of vibe to the regular sessions that we do. So we were thinking of doing a sewing workshop where we sew period packs together, and those will then go off to places like Kenya and Uganda. These are the places that the Freedom for Girls charity work with to provide period products. And they also came to Freshers and exchanged regular period products with more sustainable period products, and then those period products that they got in return will be going to charities to support people who don't have access to them. Again, so that's just a whole bunch of different stuff that I'm doing just with the grant alone. And then on top of that, currently it's October and it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So this month I've partnered with Breast Cancer Now, and we're going to have a Wear It Pink week, because normally it's a Wear It Pink day, but I wanted to make it more of a thing. So on the week commencing 13th of October till the 17th of October, for every single day, I'm going to encourage as much people to wear something pink. Maybe it could be your shoes, a hijab, a claw clip, anything that you guys have that's pink, wear it for the entire week. And that's the best way that you guys can support with breast cancer awareness, because it raises that awareness. You might get questions asked about what is it that you're wearing pink for and how can we also support, and that's where the whole awareness comes in. So that's going to be happening. And at the same time, on the 15th of October, we're going to have a baking session where we'll be making cupcakes, and we will be raising money for breast cancer now. And then on the final 2 days of that week, we're going to have, on the 16th and 17th of October, we're going to have stalls in the Union Mall. So that's just in Student Central, just the main area near Morrison's. We're going to be having loads of awareness stalls, fundraising, donation buckets, and information about breast cancer, because a lot of the times people don't know just how common it is. Like, breast cancer is very, very common in women globally, and if we can start working towards making the research of it easier, the support around it easier, it just gets our whole community that one step closer that we need to be to help with breast cancer. I'm also going to be taking part in International Men's Day. This is something that I know as a women's officer I don't really need to do, but I feel like I should support men as well as a representative of women. So we'll have like a stall. I'm going to get in Andy's Man Club as well to come and do a little workshop, a little talk, and we'll also be raising money for Andy's Man Club. They've done loads and loads of events with us over the past few years, and so I think it would only be fitting if they came and did some more work to, again, bring awareness to, male suicide rates, and also just mental health in men, because it is really, really, really bad. And if we can recognize that, again, that's just one step closer into the right direction and making a change. This year, in December, it will also be Reclaim the Night, and this is something that happens every single year, and it's to raise awareness about being able to walk alone in the night. So a lot of the times women will avoid going out in the night unless it's with somebody else, or if they know that they're completely safe. And that's something that we want to aid towards, helping women just be able to go out on their own and not feel scared and not feel vulnerable. So we are going to have a march on the 10th of December, starting from Richmond all the way down to the city centre. Again, it'll be a peaceful protest and raise that awareness that we need more people to be active in campaigning and to support women, essentially. I also have some body positivity sessions that I'm going to be doing. That'll be in the next year, and that's where we'll just get to explore how important it is to recognize yourself as a woman and be confident in your own skin and just learn to make that difference. So by telling yourself that you're good enough, you encourage more people to feel that way. And women empowerment is all I'm about. I love to empower women, and this is, again, a great way to do that. So one of the initiatives that I've taken is doing this podcast, essentially. So this podcast, I thought, would be the best way to shed light on all of these issues that surround women, all of the things that are not really talked about. We have episodes around fibroids and PCOS, endometriosis, PMDD, like all of these conditions that people don't even know that women have, and the reason why their periods are the way they are, and being able to understand the medical background of it all. We have episodes about men and women's roles in society and how society can make that easier for the girls and boys that they raise at a young age, because that's when they learn the most. I also have a WhatsApp group, so you guys can put your suggestions in there. You can give me your ideas. It's also a good way to just communicate and just get out your thoughts, get out your opinions about things. And it's a safe space for women. And I will also be giving regular updates on there about events that I'm going to be doing. So again, that's just more things to get involved with and just a good way to connect as women. So remember, you can come to me for literally anything. I'm always here. I'm always around campus, and I'm always willing to just hear you out, because I know how important that is. A lot of the stuff that you guys might be facing, if you let me know, I can then bring that up with the student council. We have meetings every single month, and then we can make it a university-wide issue, whether that's something like stalking, whether it's you need more period products in bathrooms or you want to take initiative on something, just let me know and we can set something up. The other event that I'm going to be doing, for example, is a fibroids event, and I never would have done that if somebody didn't reach out and tell me that this was something that they were passionate about. And now it's an actual event that we're going to be doing, and it's a really big, productive 3-day session with a conference, a march, and then at the end we all get together and hopefully form a group that will continuously make change in society about those kind of issues. So again, if that's something that you guys are interested, just let me know. You can also message me on WhatsApp, email me, and I will always reply. So now that I've done my bit, I'd like to introduce our guest. She is not just making waves, she is creating tides of change. She is honestly reshaping the landscape for women everywhere. So please welcome Raizana Razeen. She is the President of Education here at the university, a sabbatical officer, and she's going to tell you a bit more about what she does in her role and how being the President of Education allows her to support as much students as possible. Hi, Raizana.
Hi everyone, this is Raizana Razeen. I'm the President of Education. So I look after the academic side at the student union. If a student comes up to me with any academic issues, I'm there to advocate, represent our students. I also overlook the student rep systems. So this is my second year as a sabbatical officer. This is my last year and I loved my job since I started. So I don't know, for those who don't know, last year we recruited 369 student reps. So currently we are recruiting student reps.
Yeah.
So student reps is basically a student who represent their whole cohort with the issue. It could be a systemic issue. It could be a university-wider issue, any personal issue. Every single student in our higher education needs someone to talk to.
Definitely.
With everything they go through, either financially, mental health-wise, or even lecture-wise, assignment-wise. So we provide all these opportunities for students, and yeah, I overlook that. And also attend meetings with the vice chancellors, exec board members, faculty of deans, ADLTs, associate dean learning and teaching. So yeah, I have so much on my plate, and it's not boring, but I'm more focused on academic side of things at the university. The job is very, very crucial at the university. For those who are listening to this podcast, I'll highly, highly recommend you guys to run for sabbatical officers, as it can change your life. I'm a nursing graduate, but I've chose a different career pathway now. I was heavily involved.
Yeah. That's it. You can start small and work your way up.
Yeah, that's
and I think
right.
that's how a lot of sabbatical officers went. So you can tell us a bit more about what exactly you did to get to where you are now as a sabbatical officer, starting from the beginning of university.
Well, that's really interesting. I started my journey with a nursing career. I wanted to become a nurse. I had passion for that. But during my studies, I was heavily involved with student union and university as well. I was a student ambassador for 3 years. I was a council lay member. I opened my own society because I'm from Sri Lanka. I loved my culture. We didn't have a Sri Lankan
And that's still
society.
running now, isn't it?
They're still running. People are taking over. You know?
It's amazing to see.
Was part of the Islamic society where I continued to hold my religion.
Yes.
Into this higher education as well. I was a council lay member, so I had so many different hats.
And what else were you? You're missing something else out?
I don't think so. I think
Women's officer?
Women's officer, yes.
How could we forget?
I was the women's officer 2 years ago. And here we go. Komal's got the place now. I'm sure Komal's going to do better than me. She has planned loads of events. So I'm sure you guys are going to bring everything out. So yeah, I had so many hats on. And here I am as a sabbatical officer, full-time paid role, working for students. I still hold that passion since 2021.
It's amazing.
Probably that's one of the reasons why you guys trusted me and elected me even as a second year sabbatical officer. And of course, I'm here for you guys.
Amazing. Thank you very much. I wanted to ask you, what's one thing that you wish more students understood about your role?
There's one thing. Student thinks I'm a staff member, but they don't realize that they elected me to be in this role.
Yeah.
I am representing them. Every single meeting I attend, we talk about student experience.
Yeah.
I'm there to represent for students. I'm not there for my own opinion or ideas. That's something students forget about that. They
Yeah.
come to me as a staff. But
Mm.
for those who are listening to this podcast, I would say, think me as one of you, because I was a student like you. And here I am working for you guys. You guys elected us to be in these positions. So we are representing you. They think we are staff members, you know.
Yeah.
Even staff members are working for you, but we are one of them. You guys elected us, so we hold a special place in your heart, of course. Otherwise, you wouldn't have voted for us, and we wouldn't be here sitting talking to you like this.
Yeah.
So that's something I want each and individual students to know, that we are here for you.
Great. And how would you describe your university journey in 3 words?
I would describe my journey since 2021: equality, hard work,
Nice.
and empowerment.
Yeah.
Everywhere I went to with this university, I was treated fairly
Yeah.
and with equality. And it empowered me to be
Mhm.
the best version of myself. And hard work.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here without my hard work either,
Yeah.
right? So,
And that
yeah.
ambition, yeah.
And that
definitely.
passion that we have for the job we have right now. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
On to a bit more of a serious question. What challenges do you think women face in education today?
Women in education today, they still face a bunch of challenges, even though we've made a lot of progress. I'm not
Mhm.
only talking about our institute, I'm talking about probably across the UK,
Yeah.
maybe worldwide, right? One big issue is, I would say, gender bias. This can show up in loads of ways. For example, lecturers, teachers, even primary school, high school teachers, they're unconsciously treating boys and girls differently, or in the curriculum where women contributions might be overlooked.
Yeah.
So this can affect girls' confidence, make them feel like certain subjects aren't for them. For example, you know, they have a lack of representation in certain fields. You don't see many women in STEM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, and maths, which can make it harder for girls to see themselves succeed in those areas.
Mm.
So this can also be linked to stereotype and a lack of female role models. And I can go on and on about challenges that we face.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll keep it very short for you though.
Thank you. And what role models inspired you in your journey today? Because I bet a lot of us have a lot of role models around us, hopefully.
Yeah, true. A role model, I would say my parents, right? But apart from my mom and dad,
Yeah.
I would say Malala Yousafzai. I think everybody knows Malala.
Yeah.
There's no one who doesn't know what Malala does and what she did and her passion towards young children and education.
And what she's currently doing, she's such an inspirational woman.
She's currently advocating for women in education. She is advocating for equality, I guess. And she inspired me, you know.
Yeah.
She is one of my inspiration. I read her book and I was like, oh, one day I want to be like her. One day I want to represent women. I want to represent in education, you know.
Yeah.
This sabbatical role, Allah works in miracles.
Mhm.
You know, while I was in high school, I was reading her book. I was like, I want to represent for education. I want to represent for women. I want to represent for students. And here I am today
Yeah.
doing the same thing. Even my career path, I want to choose something like that. Her bravery in the face of adversity is a huge lesson. Malala's story reminds me to stand firm in my beliefs and fight for what's right, even when it's tough. And also, Malala's focus on education for everyone is a great reminder of the importance of my role as the president of education. Her work highlights the power of education to transform lives and communities. And here I am doing it internally as well, you know, within the
Yeah.
University of Bradford. But at the same time, this role, we go out for conference, for example, Durham, Birmingham, London.
Yeah.
We go out, speak to other sabbatical officers as well regarding the issues that we are facing in the education. So yeah, the sabbatical role is very eye-opening. And I loved Malala's global perspective as well, her fight for education, her passions, you know, her contribution. She is a phenomenal woman, I would say.
Definitely. I will definitely agree with that one. What do you hope to see change for women in higher education in the next 5 years?
Well, in next 5 years, first, I'd want to see more women in leadership role,
Hell yeah.
like university presidents, like vice chancellors, chancellors. I'm very proud to say our university chancellor and vice chancellors,
Yes.
they're women.
Women.
Chancellor Anita Rani, vice chancellor Shirley Congdon.
Who is unfortunately leaving us, but she's left with an amazing legacy.
Oh, she's a phenomenal woman. I
Yes.
love Shirley, and Anita is very down to earth.
Yeah.
You know, they're always friendly with students as well. Having more women at the top can help create a more inclusive environment and inspire younger generations as well. And secondly, I'd want to see more support for women in STEM fields.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. This could include things like mentorship programs, scholarships, and initiatives to combat gender bias in classrooms and labs.
Mm.
And I should say this, within the University of Bradford, we provide Anita Rani Scholarship as well.
Yeah.
That's very inspiring.
Yeah. What advice would you give to female students who want to pursue leadership positions?
For those who are listening to me, I would, first of all, my advice to you would be trust yourself. Your capability is more than what you think of. I used to be an introvert in high school. When I got into myself in higher education, that's when I realized what I have in me. If I can do it, you guys can do it. If Malala can do it, you can do it. If our vice chancellor, chancellor can be in that position, it could be you next. But all I would say is your education is a priority. But alongside this education journey, you have to find yourself. You need to know who you are. You know, many people are very shy to come out, you know.
And that's one of the biggest questions that we women ask ourselves is, who are we? Internally, externally, who are we? What do we bring to the table? So it's amazing to hear that we all feel that way.
Yeah.
I think it's
And
very
we have
important
women out there to help you as well. Come
Yeah.
down, speak to us.
We're
Speak to
always here.
Komal. We are always here. We need women more in leadership.
Definitely.
Yeah.
My last question before you go is, if you could give one piece of advice for women listening, what would it be?
One piece of advice for you, no matter what hardships you're going through, no matter who puts you down, no matter who talks behind your back, not everybody's going to like you. Keep doing what you want to do with life. Stand with confidence. Nobody's going to be with you for next 5 years, 10 years. Maybe a friend might travel with you for higher education for 7, 8 years, but nobody's going to be with you. But it's only you who's going to carry yourself forward in this world. So my one advice is be confident, choose who you are, and do not listen to other people's views, opinions of you, because you are who you are, not other people's intention or other people's, when they backbite about you or anything, they talk behind your back. That doesn't make you who you are. Only you make who you are. So I would advise you to be confident in every single hardship you go through in life and have faith. Faith can take you to wherever you want to go in life. Having a faith and confidence would be the best advice I would give you.
That is a very powerful, inspirational note.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Raizana, for coming on the podcast today. This was the first episode of many, hopefully. And remember, everybody has a role in shaping our society today, and the journey does not stop here. Keep questioning, keep learning, and making a difference. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Her Side of Campus.